Howdy.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You're kind of quiet. Let me just adjust some things there.
Mm, I don't think anything's changed on my side.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Hello? Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Just a minute.
Hello. Uh, oh,
Let's see.
one, two. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, you're kind of quiet. Let's see if I
Hmm.
can get the audio up a little bit.
See if this is better. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but it's real dim.
Interesting. I'm I'm barely moving the microphone meter thing. So something's changed on my side, I think.
Well, I can hear you here, but it's not very loud, and since my hearing's not very good, okay,
Okay. One, two, three, four.
that'll work. Okay, that'll work.
Okay.
So, how's Leroy?
I am doing pretty good.
Okay,
Uh, been playing around with Platform IO, trying to move away from Arduino.
okay,
So, learning quite a bit from on that platform. I've been trying to do this for over a year now, and when the last time I wiped out and reloaded this machine that I'm on right now, I didn't even install Arduino on it. So I'm forcing myself to actually use something that's better.
okay. All right.
There is a slight learning curve to it, but it's not it's not horrible. And I had some projects that used it before, so I used it, but I wasn't familiar enough with it to know exactly what it was doing and how it was working. And so I've been playing around with it, and it's an amazing platform. It really is. It's you don't need to install a whole bunch of extra boards to make stuff work. It knows probably, I don't know, 1,500 different boards or more, just just the way it is. And all you need to do is, type in what board you're looking for, and it'll show up. And if you can't find the specific board that you're looking for, it usually has a generic one that will work.
Okay.
So, and then the way it handles libraries, the way Arduino just had all the libraries in one shared directory, and sometimes that would cause conflicts because you would have two or three libraries that might use the same decorations or whatever. And the way Platform IO, each project, each thing is its own separate thing. and so you are loading up your hard drive with libraries, but it's better because you're not sharing a bunch of libraries and you're not causing conflicts between a bunch of shared libraries.
Well,
So,
hard drives are pretty inexpensive these days, so
well,
it's
yeah, that too, and libraries are generally pretty small, so they usually don't take up a whole lot of space, but it's a better way to do it because you know you only need to load the libraries you need. You don't need all of them right there. You don't If you don't need access to that library, why is it on your hard drive? Why
okay.
is it available for that project in Arduino? But yeah, and I'm
Well,
just finding it quite fun.
Okay.
what's
Hey,
fun?
Steve. Hey, Steve. What's happening?
Not much. Just got back from Home Depot.
Oh, your wallet's lighter, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Last storm we had some siding blow off and ordered it, and it just came in today, or actually yesterday.
siding blow off. Boy, with the heavy winds we've been having the last few days or weeks.
Yeah, yep. It's been a while, like a month.
So this is vinyl siding you're talking about?
Hmm. Yeah, it comes from a company in Kansas, and they do two different colors a month. So
So you
we
have
had
to
to
wait.
wait till they had some in stock.
I see.
Had to wait before they said, "Oh yeah, we'll make some for Steve."
Yep.
Sure.
So you just staple this on, or what happens?
It nails, but yeah.
So what's this on top of? Is just some kind of insulation board, or
Um, so there's the studs on the side of the house, then a fiber board, then inch and a half thick styrene insulation, then house wrap, and
what's
then
that?
the siding.
What was the house?
House wrap,
Oh, house wrap. Okay.
yeah, the Tyvek stuff.
So what does the vinyl siding actually fasten into? What's
In theory, you're supposed to nail it all the way into the studs, but nobody ever seems to do that, which is why it blew off the side of the house, I think. I'm pretty sure this was nailed to the styrofoam.
so the so properly installed? Is it actually a nail or a screw or what?
Most folks use aluminum nails. I'm going to use stainless steel screws.
Okay. So no matter what happens, that side of your house is going to be covered.
Should be good.
So you just nail these in with a hammer, or you actually have a pneumatic device that?
I'm going to use the electric drill because I'm using screws, not nails.
Okay. How big a piece flew off anyway?
Um, 6 6 pieces. Once one comes off, it takes the others with it. So it was more than 6. It was about 11 pieces, but it damaged some others, and it comes 11 pieces in a box. So I ended up having to get 2 boxes, which they shipped in one box, which confused me. So I'm standing there at Home Depot going, wait, this was supposed to be quantity 2 boxes. And yeah, no, I don't know. We'll find out if I got enough. I have 22 pieces of siding, 12 feet long.
And how they're 12 feet long, and how?
Um, 10, 10 inches, but there's about an inch of overlap. So 9 inches.
Okay. So just one side of the house.
Yeah, but it's second story. But it's the second story on above a roof. So it should all be within pretty easy reach. Here, let me see if I can get a decent picture of the house.
So the theory is you're going to stand on the lower roof and fasten and screw it into the upper section of the house.
Yep.
Well, be sure to wear your OSHA belt.
It's a pretty low pitch. I'm not too worried about it. This picture makes it look a lot steeper than it actually is. Um,
Isn't this where you invoke the three sons strategy?
that's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So how expensive is this stuff? I mean,
Um, a little over $10 per piece. It was $253. That is an ugly picture. Mm.
so the theory is that this was improperly installed originally, and therefore the wind got under it and lifted it off.
I don't know. Maybe. I just posted a link to Google Maps that should show you the same thing I'm seeing.
Okay.
That is pretty impressive. I clicked the link I sent you and it opened the same thing. Mine's of those 3 houses, mine's the one in the middle. And you can see,
Yeah.
oh wow. Okay, so I know when this picture was taken. So on the garage end of the house, there's a piece of siding hanging. I repaired that a year ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've been busy repairing siding. Looks
So one of the issues is they removed the siding, added insulation, and put the siding back up.
The same siding?
I think so. And the insulation made the house bigger, and it didn't make the nails that they used any longer. So I think that the siding was actually just nailed to the styrofoam.
Now, does your insurance cover any of that?
I am not telling my insurance anything about it.
Uh,
I'm sure they would cover it, but it's gonna cost me $300 if I buy pizza for the kids. And I'll bet my insurance premiums would go up more than $300 a year.
so, okay.
I have a hate relationship with insurance.
You and the guy who shot the CEO of, what's his name?
Uh, United Healthcare.
No, no, I was thinking of what was the name of the guy of the shooter.
Oh, I don't know, but I sent $10 to his defense fund.
Okay. Well, knock wood. We've been pretty fortunate with insurance. We had a situation. Oh God, this is 40 years ago, where our house was broken into, and the guy, the burglar, wasn't very bright, so he literally went around and destroyed, you know, every window, including a bunch of sliding glass doors. This is in California. Sliding glass doors. And trying to figure out how to get in the house, and so it was just like everything was destroyed. If he'd been a little brighter, he would have knocked out one window and he'd been fine, and we would have had. Um, but once you bend the frame on a sliding glass door, there's only one solution. You rip that sucker out and replace it. And this is a stucco house, which means that if you ripped out the sliding glass door, you also destroyed the stucco. So I think the end result was about $4,000 or $5,000 to from the insurance company to get this thing fixed. He had there was one 12-foot wide or 9-foot wide 3-panel sliding glass door, one 6 or 8-foot wide 2-panel sliding glass door. I mean, and he tried everything. As I say, the guy was not very bright. He just couldn't get into that house.
I mean, after he smashed the first window, I failed to see what the issue was.
No, no, he didn't do that. He bent the frame. He took something like a
Oh,
crowbar and bent the frame. He did not smash the window. If he would have smashed the first window, then we would have been okay. But he damaged beyond repair two major size sliding glass doors, and finally came around to the front of the house. I can kind of see his theory here. I mean, The first two sliding glass doors he did were on the back side of the house, and it was an L-shaped house. So it was protected from visibility from the street and so forth and so on. Then he finally gave up and came around, and there was a big, I don't know, 4 foot wide panel of glass that he broke in, he basically destroyed, and walked into the house.
Mm.
Then he complicated it because he'd walk through it was raining, and he walked through a muddy um, flower bed and tracked mud all through it. It was a mess. So it was expensive enough that the insurance company got involved. So, but if you're
Yeah,
talking about a few $100s, that's a different story.
yeah. Well, the insurance company they wouldn't just pay for the supplies and let me do it. I'd have to hire a contractor, and that quote was $2,300.
Ah, yes.
And I figure this is going to be about a 5 hour job with 2 or 3 kids and a pizza. So,
Or two,
yeah, yeah. Well, maybe 4.
maybe
Here, take
four.
one home. But
It
yeah,
it's amazing how much kids will work for pizza.
yeah. There's the other side of that, though. If you hire a boy, you get a boy's work. If you hire 2 boys, you get a half boy's work.
Yeah.
When we moved here into this apartment, we had Edwin. He's the youngest kid, and Annie's husband, and I think Amanda's husband all come. And yeah, it probably cost $100 in pizza, but it was well worth the. They moved all the heavy stuff upstairs,
Yep.
all of it, and then they
Yeah.
helped. Then they helped build shelves and stuff. I mean, we had IKEA furniture that we had to put together, and they helped build all of it. So yeah, it was well worth spending a little bit of money on pizza.
The middle kid has a set of lifting straps that's a seat belt that's 8 inches wide, and it's got a harness that goes over the shoulders, and you've got a buckle right in the middle of your chest, and you put that big seat belt between 2 people underneath a piece of furniture, lift with your legs, and just walk it where you want it.
Yep.
It
Mm-hmm.
is one of the best pieces of kit that you can ever get for moving.
Yeah. I think U-Haul sells those. One
Really?
one of the kids has had one, and it helped. It wasn't whatever one he had. It wasn't perfect, but it definitely made the job a lot easier.
Well, and it keeps you from injuring yourself with
Well,
rupture.
it takes a lot of the weight off of you and puts it on that belt. But yeah,
So, do you have the siding delivered to the house yet, or not?
Um, no, I went there and picked it up in the car.
Oh,
It was
good.
sticking out the back, but it's not too bad.
But the point is, you got it home.
Hmm. Yep,
Okay.
sitting behind the garbage can right now that you can see in that Google map.
Okay.
cool.
Fairly certain that this is the kit that the boy has on Amazon. Pasted a link.
Oh, yeah.
You really can move just about anything with that.
This is what um, they had.
Oh, yeah.
Hooks to your forearms, I guess. Ah! That's loud.
You okay?
Yep, that was loud.
Effortlessly lifts up to 800 pounds.
They work.
Yeah.
They're $10 less than your kit from Amazon, so I don't know. I don't know which is better, but that's the one that he bought. Oh, and they've got the shoulder dollies, but
Yeah. That's the
that's
same
more.
price.
Yeah, that's a little bit more expensive. But yeah, the one kid, uh, he he moved a lot of stuff for one of his jobs, so they bought that those forearm things, and they work. They do what they're supposed to do. But I think the ones that strap to your shoulders are probably better.
You can add a weight belt to that and connect it to the weight belt. So now the weight of everything you're lifting up is on your hips. You don't get as much clearance, but holy cow. I mean, you probably could do 800 pounds pretty easily with
Yeah.
that.
Uh,
Somehow 800 pounds and easily doesn't fit in the same sentence for me.
When I was 15 years old, I was using a universal uh, gym set, and I maxed out the machine on leg lifts, and I was doing 750 pounds on each leg. One leg lifts at 750. Human legs are really, really strong.
Well, unfortunately, mine no longer are.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
That's
that.
that's the reason I have a wheel rollator, so to speak. You okay there,
yeah,
Leroy?
my chair just decided to go full recline on me, and I'm not real sure why.
That 800 pounds really.
Ooh. All of a sudden, it just went. Well, that ain't right. But um, speaking of rollators, my dad, the uh, little barn up there at the nursing home that or nursing home the nursing community that he lives in. Um, well, I go up there and visit. They sell um, tchotchkes and TVs and whatever gets left behind by when somebody dies or when the family can't take the stuff or whatever. And they sell the stuff at decent prices. Um, and then they give all the money back to the community, so everybody benefits from this barn. They have, social gatherings or something. Anyway, they usually have a lot of those rollators up there. Somebody, who probably was me, was talking to one of the guys up there about Dad, and last week when I went to see him, he had 3 rollators sitting in his house.
Three.
3 of them. He's supposed to give 2 of them back. They gave them to him. They're one of them is his to keep, but there were 3 different models, and he was supposed to use them and see which one he liked. And he could keep the one, and he said that is what that barn does with those. They will find out somebody in the community needs one, and they will bring them some to try and let them keep them. So basically, he's got a couple of rollators for free.
Well, they're not very expensive, even if you have to buy them out of hand. So,
Yeah, but
the,
I just thought it was kind of interesting because he was using the 2-wheeled walker and didn't really like it, and then he has these. He's got a 3-wheeled rollator. It's not a rollator. It's made by a different company, but he really likes that 3-wheeled one. And
the one that I've got is 4-wheel, and it's made by, I don't know how you pronounce this, Vocic, VOCIC, and I've got 2 of them. I've got one here and one in California
yeah,
because we haven't gotten around to ship that here.
well,
And it is, in my opinion, well engineered. It has a seat in it,
yeah,
and it has a bag that you can put paraphernalia in that you
yeah.
need to schlep around with you. And it is, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it is very, very useful for me because um, without it, I can walk across the floor maybe 10 feet, but there is a finite probability that I'm going to be on the floor by the time I hit the 10th foot. Um, and at my age, the bones are not that flexible, so that's not very good odds. But this is I really like it. It works well. It's convenient, and if I'm in a store or something like that, it goes through the aisles pretty well. And if I get tired, I just lock the wheels with. They've got these handbrakes on them here, like this, and I gotta tell you, it gets my recommendation. It did require some assembly, which is in my case what son-in-laws are for, and but it wasn't very much. I mean, it's little, you put parts together, and the most complicated thing I think was involved with the brake lines here that come around. You can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, but come down to the brakes on the wheels. I really highly recommend them. Those 2-wheel things with the 2 wheels and the stops and you go around clump, 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 clump.
Yep.
Those things are not very useful in my opinion, but these are fantastic. So that's my brief commercial for the later, and that's a VOCIC, VOCIC. So, at any rate, available from. Oh, that's your three-wheel one.
That's what. Yeah, Dad really likes that thing, and I kind of looked at him and I said, "But there's no seat on it. You can't sit." And he said, "It's fine. I don't need to sit." And I'm like, "Okay."
Well, as your legs,
You're getting tired though, Dad. So sitting might be a good thing.
well, I can tell you that this model that I have here was less expensive. I think it was around 105, something like that.
Yeah, I see these three wheels. Couple of places are selling them for 89. So I probably just found a picture of a higher priced one, but his is slightly different than that one. But that's pretty much what he got, and he really likes it. And I'm not going to argue with him if that's what he wants to use. And I suppose,
well, you can't argue with the price.
well, I was going to say, I suppose if he ever changes his mind, the people up there at the barn will dig him out another four-wheel cart.
No, I really like mine, and my legs are weak enough these days that um, I get tired pretty fast. So having a place to sit down is ideal.
Yeah, his dad has like the basket part of it. Instead of being on the backside where he's standing, it's kind of on the front side, where that makes more sense to me, I guess. But
So it has a basket on it?
yeah, there's a little basket, and then there's like a bag that he could stick stuff in, and they're both on the front side, not on the
Okay.
not on the back side.
Yeah, I really like mine. I am so glad that I got it.
Yeah,
And it was an Amazon thing, comes in a box. You got to do some assembly. It's probably took 15 minutes or so for one of
well,
my son-in-laws to put it together. I
I
mean,
think I think he likes this one because it's easy to collapse and it's very lightweight. So his wife can collapse it and put it in the back seat and take it where.
yeah, well, that's essentially what Barbara does. Is um, you have to, I forget what she said. You basically you flip the seat up
Yeah.
and it accordions together, and she pops it in the back of the Rev 4, and just
Well, that's.
off we go.
I think he was trying to keep this this three wheel thing has one little pin right at the front. You just pull the pin up, and the whole thing just kind of collapses in on itself.
Mm-hmm.
Easy peasy, and it doesn't weigh anything. It weighs maybe a pound, so almost anybody could
A
use
pound?
it. I don't know. I'm not good. Maybe 5 pounds. It doesn't weigh anything. It
Yeah.
really doesn't. It's hollow steel too. Well, it's probably not even steel. It's probably just hollow tubing. Just
Yeah,
Yeah,
mine is.
they're hollow.
yeah,
Yeah, mine are. The rails and so forth are
that's,
hollow steel frame. They're pretty robust.
it says it. The web. This website says that it weighs 12 pounds. I don't think Dad's weighs that much. it certainly does not feel like 12 pounds to me. So,
Well,
Well, it's got wheels.
well, yeah. Yeah, the wheels are probably the weight. But, um, yeah, I just was happy because I had found an auction and I almost bought him a couple of them, but I was afraid that if I bought them and took him to him, he would think I was trying to say something.
okay.
So I'm kind of glad that the barn got them for him. So somebody else who's there.
Somebody else took the hit. I don't know that.
He
Well,
I was going to say he really did not like that two-wheeled thing because it kept getting caught. The slidey part of it kept getting caught on carpet and just
oh yeah.
yeah. He really did not like that thing.
No, it turns out that Medicare, if you need a walker, will provide you one of those two-wheeled guys with the what you call those stumps that are on the other side. They provide that, but they don't provide rollators. They provide those two-wheeled varieties. And I guess the fact that I've been paying Social Security now for 50, 60 years, using them, saying they provide is kind of a figure of speech.
Yes, they provide.
Yes, they held your money for however many years. But,
Oh, you're spending other people's money at this point, I think. But but you paid into the system, so
well, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
yeah.
But anyway, I really like mine, and I highly recommend them to. And of course, the population that needs them is larger and larger all the time.
Yeah. Well, healthcare for the most part is getting better about keeping people alive longer. So
Well, people are living longer, whether or not it's healthcare that's doing that, or
fair enough.
okay.
Yeah,
But I
that's
really,
mostly vaccinations.
pardon?
That's mostly vaccinations, I think.
Oh
The
man, you must be a big fan of Kennedy, right? Of Robert Kennedy Jr.
Oh God, no. No, but I realize how much of a shift that has made in the average age that people die.
Oh yeah, uh, vaccinations make huge difference, and it's a
It
simple
keeps
matter of.
20% of the population from dying before they hit three.
Well, that's true also, um, and I don't think it causes autism.
Maybe in a Kennedy.
Maybe in what?
In a Kennedy.
Yeah. Well,
That's just Robert Kennedy. He is an interesting character to say the
he,
least.
his old man must be rolling in his grave.
Uh,
I think that Kennedy's problem with survival has had a large how do I put this politely? Stupidity has played a major role, particularly what Jack Kennedy's kid who takes off in an airplane that he barely knows how to fly and you know plunges into what was that, Long Island Sound, I guess.
Don't.
That whole family has been plagued by a lot of issues.
That's true. That is true.
We've been watching the, what is it, 11/26/63
Yeah.
um, uh, 8-part Netflix series on done by Stephen King, and it's pretty good. Um,
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with this.
It it's a time travel
yeah,
Oh, okay.
so
trying
I
trying
have
to prevent the assassination of Kennedy or something like that.
I have one episode to go, the one where he either does or doesn't, and I've made some assumptions, but what it has gotten me to do is think, if I could do that, would I save Kennedy? And the answer is absolutely not. Kennedy's death was responsible for so many different advances in sciences that probably would not have put people on the moon until at least the mid 70s or maybe the 80s otherwise.
Or maybe not at all.
Yeah. Um, I I don't wish death on anybody, but if somebody's going to die and something good can come of it, well, good on them.
So bad.
Yeah.
Well,
Actually, I can't say I don't wish death on anybody. There's a few, but certainly not anybody I never had a chance to meet.
well,
I think that I it's been years since I actually watched that show, but I think that was part of the thesis of that show, right? Was if you could change it, would it actually make things better?
It would or make any real difference. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was. I remember watching it. It was a pretty good show. I'm actually surprised it came back. 'Cause that's what 10. It's not that old.
2014 was when
2014.
it originally came out.
Okay,
well,
so
it's
so
12
it
years.
so it is 10 years old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, that's probably when I watched it. Shortly after it came out the first time. Yeah, it's a good show. They find a vortex or something in a
In
diner.
the pantry of a diner.
In a diner. That leads right back to Dallas, 1963.
No.
Vortex
No?
in
It
the.
leads to the diner parking lot in 1960,
Okay.
and so whoever goes back has to stick around for 3 years, and they can't adjust it. They don't even know where it's from at this point. Just
Why it's there.
if you walk way to the back of the pantry, you fall into the parking lot where the diner is going to be at some point in the future.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you can get back to the diner if you need to leave early, but it always goes back to the exact same point in time. So you're going to have to try over.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually one of Stephen King's stories that I enjoy quite a bit.
Yeah,
That was actually a pretty good story.
And
I
what's
read a fair amount of his early stuff, and it was pretty decent, his short stories. But then at some point, somebody started paying him by the word, and then he made it at 985 pages. What the heck? It could have been condensed down to literally 50 pages. But I digress. I really appreciate short stories. I seriously miss analog and uh, oh shoot, what was it? There were a couple of science fiction and fantasy magazines that were usually collections of shorter stories.
Galaxy.
Yep.
Yep.
well, it's too bad. I just got rid of about 40 years worth of analog.
Oh,
Ah!
oh dear God.
Killing me.
Yeah.
Me and Steve would have fought over those.
Yeah, well, sorry about that, guys. I had to clear out the house in California, and they were occupying a lot of space.
So the last time I went to Michigan, there's a big bookstore up there, and I walked in, and there's a wooden crate filled with analog, and I shuffled through it, and it was all unique. They weren't. It wasn't like 42 copies of one episode or one issue. I'm like, how much for the whole crate before you even check it in? It was on the table of stuff going in. They said $350. Like, how much if I leave the crate and just take the magazines? 350 bucks. I'm like, ooh. So I went through and I found, I guess, 10 issues that I hadn't seen before and had good names on the covers. And even that, I think they were getting $3 each for them.
Well, I wish I had gotten $3 each for the ones that I dumped in the recycle bin in California because
You could have.
Yeah. Somebody
Yeah.
would have.
I I tell you, I looked at half price books and so forth and so on, and finally I just said, well, they're taking up space, so I got to get rid of them.
Oh. Well, half price books won't give you much for them, but they'll certainly sell them for $3 a piece
Yeah.
or more. Or
Well, I think they're not that much. I
it
maybe I don't know. I haven't.
it depends on who's in them. I think because or condition because I have seen a couple of them at half price books that were 5, $7 a piece, and I'm kind of like, that's a lot of money for one of those. But $3 isn't bad. Yeah, that's one of the newer ones, isn't it?
Let's see what year it is. August 2024. July, August 2024.
Yeah, could tell from the cover art. That's. I put a link to IMDb in the chat for the 11/22/63.
Mhm.
I didn't realize that I was throwing away so much value. I would have saved them and shipped them to you.
I
I would have gladly have paid shipping.
Pardon?
I would have gladly have paid shipping.
Uh, Sooner or later I have to throw out all this stuff in California or ship it here. And when I look at price of shipping, it is becoming more and more attractive to throw it out. So we've probably gotten rid of several hundred, if not 400 or 500 pounds of books out there.
Who's out there taking care of the house?
Um,
Somebody that you know and whatever. You could always have a big auction and get rid of a lot of that stuff quickly.
that sounds easy, except that carrying off the auction is a problem. I'm immobile, essentially. I can't carry anything. My wife's not very strong. She's can't carry anything, and so we'd have to hire somebody to do it. And finding somebody to hire to do it in the kind of multicultural environment that we live in California is it all sounds easy if you don't have to do it. Okay. Um, but in terms of who's out there looking, I've got a daughter and son-in-law who live about 30 miles away, and they stop in from time to time. And then I've got about 20 cameras, security cameras, that I have here on my handy dandy phone, and I
Right.
can go. The problem is that the Weiss cameras don't conveniently attach to the computer screen, so I gotta watch everything on the small screen. But
So, a recommendation
okay,
for everything related to the house: buy yourself a cheap tablet and move it to the tablet. You get more screen space. You can you can keep your phone with you and leave the tablet somewhere else. You can both use the tablet. Um, I bought a 14-inch tablet not too long ago for like $99 that has all the cameras on it. It's got the lawnmower stuff. Um,
he's got the lawnmower stuff.
yeah, I've got a Navimo
Oh, okay, okay.
robot mower, which actually should be working right now. I have it on both my phone and the tablet.
What
Pretty
kind of a
happy with
tab?
it.
What kind of a tablet do you recommend?
Android. Just I I I wanted it for something else, and I was looking on Amazon, and it was cheap. So, oh, that's bright. You can see the robot is the lower black dot moving around there.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm not mowing the grass right now, and that's a win.
you're enjoying that
I
well,
hate mowing grass.
it's interesting.
It mows the entire front and back and side yard twice a week. Seems to keep up pretty well. It looks better than if I did it.
Well, I don't mow my grass either, but I've got a young man who does both my lawn and a bunch of other yard stuff. Trims the bushes and mulches the gardens uh, generally once a year, and does miscellaneous other things as well. And he's reasonable, reasonable. Um, he doesn't overcharge me. Let me put it that way. And that's my solution to the problem.
That works. I'm really, really cheap though. And everything I read on this says it should last at least 6 or 7 years. And it was under $800.
Okay.
So if it lasts 5 years, it'll have paid for itself twice.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Now, what happened? Can you run that in the rain?
It You can, but it looks up weather data because it knows where it's at. It's got GPS. Actually, it's got two GPS receivers. One is on a fence and doesn't move. The other is on the robot itself and does. And it uses the two of them to get extremely accurate. In theory, it can position itself to a centimeter.
Uh-huh.
Um, so it's got GPS, it's got a Wi-Fi signal, it's tied into my Wi-Fi, so it has an internet connection, and it looks up weather maps. And I get a notification on the tablet, it's going to rain, so we're going to stop mowing now.
Hmm.
And then when it stops raining, it takes off again and it mows. If it doesn't finish the job on the day or within the schedule I've got, then it just starts up again the next day and finishes. It's really surprisingly
No,
good.
where does it go while it rains? Does it have a doghouse it goes into, or
You can get them, and I plan on building it one, but no, it just goes back to the charging station. It just
well,
stays out of the yard during the rain because it gets slippery and easier for it to get stuck.
so it's got something it goes into when it rains, or I
No, it's got a charging station that's got a charging probe on the front of it, but it isn't covered. It's waterproof, or at least very water resistant from above. The
uh-huh.
reason it doesn't mow in the rain isn't to prevent damage from water, it's to keep it from getting stuck in a corner or something.
Okay. Interesting.
My my old robot lawnmower did have a doghouse that would go in to charge, but it had a water sensor on the
Hmm.
top of it, or a moisture sensor on the top of it. And it also had moisture sensors, so if the ground was too wet, it wouldn't. It would slip. It would do exactly the same thing. It would start slipping, so it just would go back to the doghouse and wait. But it would do the same thing. It knew it wasn't done,
Yep.
so as soon as the grass was dry enough for it to do it, it would go right back out and start again.
Okay.
But mine was essentially dumb. Mine was a Roomba. It was just bouncing around out there in the yard.
Now, what is the cutting mechanism? Is it a steel blade or?
It's
Uh,
got a disc with three small, basically X-Acto blades on it. They're very sharp, but they're twice as thick as an X-Acto blade, but they're double edged. And they last eh, half a season. And I bought what 20 sets of them, so I've got 10 years worth of blades.
okay. I had a lawnmower um, several generations back. Barbara was concerned about having a gasoline device stored in the garage. I don't apply any logic to this, okay? Uh, she discounted
The car.
the automobile, but anyway, she was worried about having a gas can and a gasoline lawnmower and so forth and so on. So I got an electric lawnmower that you had to drag this plug-in cable behind it. And the interesting thing about it was not the cable, which was really a pain because it was always getting tangled up when in some shrub or whatever. But the interesting thing was that the cutting device was like a whip. It's like a fish wire trimmer.
Hmm.
And so this thing had inside it a reel that, as the trimmer broke off, as they usually do, it would let out more, and it cut by using a fish line trimmer underneath it. And so that has disappeared in long before we started the move to Ohio. That disappeared. I don't know. Somebody put it out for the trash. I don't know what happened to it.
Oops.
It was.
My my mom, she had one an electric mower with that. Basically, it was 110. You plugged it in and mowed your yard. She ran over the power cord like 4 times with the stupid thing, and we had to buy new extension cords like 4 times. She kept buying green extension cords. Guess what
Nice.
color grass is? So I finally bought her a yellow one, and she hasn't had that problem since.
Yeah, I had orange.
Yeah.
The kind of thing you use on a construction site.
Yeah.
And but that thing, I mean, it was the frustration model, to say the least. So
Yeah, mom's has, I think it has an actual blade to it. I don't think it's
Yeah.
a trimmer. I think it's an actual blade, but
Mine did.
yeah.
When Sandy and I first got married, we had a trailer, and trailer parks are surprisingly upset if you let your grass get too tall. Um, if you didn't mow your grass once a week, on the eighth day, they would come and mow it for you and charge like $65.
Yeah.
So I bought a little electric mower, and I was pretty happy with it. It worked okay, and the yard was small enough that the extension cord wasn't too long. But a friend of mine offered me money for the motor. It actually had an 80-volt DC motor and a diode pack to turn 120 into to DC. And he wanted it for a grinder or something. I don't know. Because it's easy to do motor speed control on a DC motor. So he gave me enough for that mower to let me get an actual gas mower.
Yeah, I am honestly not sure why mom likes this electric mower so much, but it's what
Well,
she
then
wants
it's
to
because
use.
it's quiet.
does she do the mowing or does somebody else do the mowing?
Well, she has long story. One of her great grandkids lives with her, so he actually does the mowing.
Oh, okay.
But she was doing the mowing for a long time, and she had a guy that lived across the street who had a riding mower. She lives in a trailer park. Why the guy needed a riding mower, I have
For
no
a
idea.
trailer.
He had a riding mower. He could do both yards, her yard, his yard, the neighbor's yard and somebody else's yard in like 10 minutes. It's like, yep. I mean, the riding mower had like a 40-inch deck on it or something. He three passes, he was done.
When I lived in San Clemente, I did grounds maintenance for a little 8-unit apartment complex on the beach. And they had a triangle of grass in front of this place that was literally 15 feet on each side. And dude had a 3-foot riding mower for it. It
Well,
had a palm tree in the middle of it.
yeah.
I could have done it in the exact same amount of time with a weed eater. As a kid, we had a McCullough thing. It wasn't really a weed eater. It had a sickle bar blade. It had a circular saw blade. You could cut trees down with this thing. It had a chainsaw blade.
I've seen those.
The motor on that thing was, oh shoot, I think it was about 3.5 or 4 horsepower. It was a big chainsaw engine. I mean, it was heavy. It had 2 handles to hold on to it with, and it hung under your arm on a strap. That thing was vicious. Uh, the sickle bar was waterproof, so you could use it to cut seaweed and stuff in the bottom of a pond. It was a trip. I have
Yeah.
no idea what happened to that thing.
So, so this one that you've got now, Steve,
Mhm.
is this gas powered?
No, it's electric. It goes back to its base station and charges up. It charges
Okay.
pretty quick. It charges in about an hour, and it runs for about 2 hours on it. About an hour and a half on a charge.
Okay, so it's basically all electric. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, it's
So
got 2
this
motors
is
for independent drive and 1 motor for spinning the blade.
I would.
so this is like they're like you've got like a lithium ion pack in there, or
Yep, I posted a link to it.
oh,
Actually, I got the one before this one, and apparently they no longer make the 105. The only one I can find now is the 110, but it looks exactly like that, except it's a lighter gray. The 110 has 2 batteries in it. That's the only difference. I'm probably going to harvest some cells and double its battery pack because it actually monitors the battery to know when to return home and stuff. I think I can put in a second battery pack or just a physically larger battery pack. It has an adapter in it that it goes in a box that's 2 inches by 3 inches by 5 inches, so that it's got a 2 inch by 3 inch by 2.5 inch battery. So I can take out the adapter and put a double size battery in there, and I think it'll just go. I don't think it will go, hey, that's not what I'm supposed to have. And if it does cry, I'll just swap it back.
My robot had, I believe it had 2 batteries, but one of the batteries was dead, was bad.
Yeah.
But it would last. It would last a good 2 hours. It was. It wasn't lithium ion though. It was
Ooh, NiCad.
lead lead acid.
Oh, lead
NiCad.
acid.
Yeah, yeah.
oh,
It,
boy.
it was lead acid. It was more like
Oh,
a. Well, it was like like a
Motorcycle
motorcycle,
battery.
like 2 motorcycle batteries. Yeah.
so it's a lead acid gel pack, is it, or
Yeah, maybe it had the gel pack. They were
'cause
heavy suckers. That's all I know is when I picked it up to try to see what I needed to do to replace it. And it wasn't, of course, it wasn't a standard battery. You can't just walk into Walmart or somewhere and say, "Hey, I want this battery." It was a special thing that they designed, so I just said, "Screw it. I don't need it. It doesn't care. It doesn't care that this battery's dead." So, you know, I paid we found it on Craigslist and we paid $50 for it. And the guy was happy to get rid of it. He said he had had it listed on Craigslist for over a year and nobody even looked at it.
Oh,
Huh.
So when we called him and said, "Hey, would you take $50 for it?" I think he was asking 75 or something. And we said, "Would you take $50 for it?" He was like, "Yes, yes, I will. Come and get it."
This is somebody local, or
Yeah, more or less. He was 20 minutes from us. So,
nice.
um,
oh, that's local. Okay.
he told me that he owned an condominiums, and one of his tenants left it there, just up and abandoned it. He didn't know anything about it, didn't know nothing, and he lived out on basically a farm. Um, so the robot was pretty useless for him, but he had all the parts, he had the charger, he had the whole 9 yards. He just was trying to get something out of it because he knew it was worth something, and had it for over a year. Couldn't give it away because nobody he didn't know anything about it, and I guess nobody wanted it,
Or they didn't know what to do with it. One
or
of
they
the
didn't
two.
know what to do with it. And we saw it. Me and my business partner at the time saw it on Craigslist, and we kept seeing it, and we kept seeing it, and I kept going, "I think we need this." I don't know why we need it, but I think we need it. He called the guy up and said, "I'll give you $50 for it." Then the guy said, "Come and get it. If you come right now, I will help put it in your car." Okay. It
It's one
really
thing nice about this one. The battery pack is, well, about this
Yeah.
size. So I think it weighs like 20 pounds, maybe 18, something like that.
That's the
It
battery pack, or
no, the whole mower.
really?
You can just pick it up and
Yeah.
carry it away.
My mower, the one I had, it didn't weigh very much. And it really wasn't big. It just there was a lot of parts because I had he had all the control wire and the
Hmm.
doghouse, and he had all of it. He had, you know, a couple of chargers for it and the whole 9 yards. So I guess him saying, "If you come right now and I'll put it in your car for you," it's just an extra bonus. It really
It's one
wasn't.
thing. This has no parameter wire.
Yeah.
It just relies on those two antennas, and it's surprisingly good. Actually, it did a firmware update, and it now seems that it doesn't get stuck nearly as much. Um, it found a rabbit hole in the backyard that one wheel got stuck in once so far this season, but it last season it would get stuck probably once a week, and now it's gotten stuck once in the last month ish. So definitely doing better than it had been. Its one failing is it has a camera, and it actually looks at what it's cutting, and it figures that if there's something tall, it must be a plant you want. And so it goes around it. So if it misses a spot of grass, next time it mows what's taller and more likely to get missed. And if it misses it 2 weeks in a row, it's not going to mow it. So you got to go out with the trimmer and get any weeds that come up that are really tall. And I'm trying to figure out how to turn that little feature off.
Well, mine didn't have that. Mine was guided by the wire, stayed
Mhm.
inside the perimeter. So it basically was a Roomba. It would get to that wire and turn and go the other direction. And eventually, if you let it go for, you know, 3 days in a row, it would mow everything, mow the entire backyard.
Some places 9 times.
Well, yeah, but once it started, it seemed like the yard was healthier. Like
Yeah.
cutting it in a unusual pattern actually helped the yard grow or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I would say that what I had was probably first generation robotic lawnmower, and what you have is new, 100th generation.
So, a thing that I saw as a child and I wanted badly and tried to get my dad to build. Here's the link: worldradiohistory.com, radio
Oh yeah.
electronics, the Lawn Ranger. It used a Z80
Okay.
processor and a big honking battery. And it had 8 probes that stuck out in front of it. And each probe had an LED on one side and a IR sensor on the other. And it actually sensed grass going through the comb to know that it was following the edge of the last circuit around it had had.
Now you can build one. Yeah, there's the logic. Bunch of gates.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was pretty basic.
I saw probably 20 years ago, probably longer than that now. I saw a video of a guy who took a chassis of a gas powered mower and put RC servos on it, and he just was sitting on his porch driving it around.
Mhm.
I thought that was cool. I would do that because I'm lazy.
Yeah, but you can be lazier and have something autonomous.
Yeah, go out and hit a button. Okay, go do it. And Steve has gotten even lazier. He just hits a button on his phone.
Yep. When I was a kid, my dad had a subscription to this magazine.
I need to go through all those because I'm wondering if radio electronics isn't the one that I had that neural net thing, the 3 article neural net build your own dealy bob, because I don't know. I would love to build it. I bet it would be hard to get some of the parts now. But I was going to say, um, the lawn care company here, our in front of the apartments, maybe 5 foot worth of grass, maybe. They use a stand behind right mower, and they just
Yeah.
one sweep down the thing. our backyard's pretty big. It makes sense to use a stand-up mower for that, but it's like you watch these guys on the stand-up mower, and it's like you're not really doing any work. You're just having fun out there driving down the down the thing.
That actually pays pretty well too.
Yeah, they're here every Thursday, and I mean they do a really good job. They come along. They put mulch. They mulch the trees, and they do all kinds of stuff. But and they will edge, but they don't edge every week. They only edge every 3 or 4 weeks, maybe, which I guess makes sense. And they come. They must be under contract or something. They come and mow even when it doesn't need to be mowed. So
They don't care.
they don't care. Somebody's paying them. The new apartment building's built. It's done. I was.
Now,
Yeah.
this is in the same complex as yours, or
Yeah, they replaced the one that burnt down. So it's more or less in the same spot. It's a little bit bigger, and it's a slightly different design, which I found kind of odd. And of course, it's got modern stuff like modern windows, and sitting there going, I want modern windows. I'm tired of single pane windows.
oh, you have single pane windows?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, so this is built a long time ago.
It's an old apartment building. Yes.
I was going to say, I mean, double pane have been required by code for decades at this point.
Well, they're not going to replace these unless somebody breaks them out or something. So, and then they're going to charge you to replace them. I'm not doing that. But it's a slightly different design, and that kind of surprised me. I was thinking they were just going to build the same type of building that was there before with the upgrades that code said they needed to do, but it's a slightly bigger. I was told that instead of putting carpet down, they put laminate tiles everywhere, and I'm like, I want laminate tiles. That would be so nice. I don't want this carpet anymore. But, and apparently we have changed hands once again. We have another new owner. I don't know who owns the place now, so.
Now, do they own the whole complex, or did the rent change?
No. We have been here 4 years, and we've had 4 different owners in that amount of time. So.
Okay.
Yeah. This last owner that we had actually lasted the longest, but I suppose if somebody offers them the right amount of money, it.
Well, there's all kinds of tax advantages of owning rental properties, so who knows?
Well, the last company, they probably owned, well, I know they owned 50 apartments. They probably own closer to 100 different apartments.
Apartments or buildings?
No, apartments. They were a huge uh, apartment uh, thing, and they were from, I believe they were out of California, but they owned some very high-end apartments, and then they owned a bunch of medium income apartments and some low income apartments. They just owned apartments. They just owned a lot of apartments. So I don't know about this new guy. I don't know what. I don't know if it's a single owner. I don't know if it's another corporation. I don't know anything. I know we got a notice in the thing that said we once again they've taken the online payment off, which is a sure sign that it's been sold, because they will switch to their own online payment method if that's what they're doing. But the other place was their online payment. You could actually pay every week if you wanted to. They didn't care as long as they got their money. Yeah. But
So how many apartments are in this complex you're in?
I honestly do not know. There's supposed to be 400 parking spots, and everybody is supposed to be able to have 2 cars. So I would imagine that means there's 200 apartments. I mean, the math would suggest that there's 200 apartments, but there's also extra spots for like visitors and stuff. So I would say somewhere around 200. But I honestly don't know.
So this lawnmower that you've got, Steve, it is autonomous in the sense that you push the button, it starts. Can you actually control it remotely? In other words, can you guide it around the yard if you want to?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
On the tablet, you just drag your finger where you want it to go. It's pretty impressive. It's a fun toy. I've got it set right now so it starts at 9:15 in the morning and goes until 9:30 at night. It usually finishes and plugs itself back in around 5 o'clock. But if it rains or something, it goes on longer. And if it rains a lot, it restarts the next day.
Is it pretty quiet?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, from 10 feet away, it's just. I don't know how loud
Okay.
that came across the microphone. It's really, really quiet. I can hear my neighbor mowing their grass with an electric mower. There's absolutely no way I can hear it.
Excuse me. Oh, sorry.
You okay?
Yeah, there's something in the air. I think there's a lot of pollen in the air right now, and I occasionally go into sneezing jags. I should probably shut off my microphone here, or put a. Oh, sorry.
My mower, my robot, you could hear it. It was not a quiet robot.
You see, I'm pretty certain I've got a video of it from last year. Um, let's see. Share. Huh, how's that going to work?
I don't know.
Give me a moment.
Oh, with the audio?
Yeah, actually, the audio doesn't count. In this video, I can hear somebody else mowing their grass.
I don't hear anything.
There's a there is a background hum, but it is extremely quiet. Oh, I think what I'm hearing is the air conditioner. It's quieter than the air conditioner.
I don't hear anything.
Okay.
I'm not hearing a hum or anything.
So that's the second antenna. I moved it over onto the fence this year. And you can see started out it just missed the end or the stake that the antenna was on.
Mm-hmm.
And then grass grew up next to it, so it missed that grass. And then more grass grew, so it missed more grass. So
Oh, there it goes down the road. Drive. Something.
that's my back patio. It just does its thing. Did you hear her in that?
Didn't hear anything. Nope.
Weird. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought it would play audio.
I can hear like beeps and stuff, but I don't know if that's me or if that's somebody else doing. Vicente's here. Hi, Vicente.
Hmm. Maybe this'll do it, but I don't
Hello,
think you'll be
hello.
able to hear me.
I hear.
Nope. I still don't hear anything.
Can you hear me now?
You are definitely different, but yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Huh.
You're coming through a different microphone or something.
I don't know. Okay.
I don't know.
Sure. That's the yard looking for the neighbor to the east of me.
Maybe it has something to do with saying the sound for, like I said, my sound for musicians, so you can
Hmm.
hear all the weird whatevers. Maybe it has something to do with that. Well,
Um,
I think the beeping is me.
uh, could be. So this little spot sticking up on the front is a camera, and it actually has a headlight. You can tell it to mow at night, but I don't really see the point. Um, and the slot here that looks kind of like a mouth, that's where the charging that's the charging port.
Right.
On its base station, there's a thing that sticks in its mouth. This the big red button is the emergency stop, and the round thing that looks like it's a scanner is the knob to adjust the cut height. That's it. It is not a scanner or anything.
Mine had an e-stop button. Did not have a camera. Didn't do all that stuff.
But overall, very, very happy with it. It does what it does pretty darn well.
Um, I don't know. Did you read the email for the meeting announcement? Probably
Me?
not. Yeah.
I thought I did. Um, Wait, let me do that.
Wait, maybe I didn't do that.
What did I miss?
It'll
No,
hit him. It'll hit him.
we'll be busy. You will be busy next week.
It'll
Oh,
hit him.
okay,
It'll hit him.
okay,
Yeah. So
sure, no
Pat,
problem.
Patty, wives tell you like the last second. At least it was a week ahead of time this time. Now the thing is she's talking about maybe not going because the gas prices are outrageous.
Yeah. Okay. I apologize. I really try to not be political, but damn it,
Yeah,
when Biden was in, there were all of those "I did that" stickers. Where
yeah.
are the "I did that" stickers with Trump on them?
I'm not happy about the gas. I'm not happy about the gas price at all. Um, and I try not to be political. This is the
Yeah,
worst.
I'm losing
This is
that
the
battle.
worst. This is the worst I have seen gas prices since
Yeah.
Obama.
At one of the speedways near me, it's 499.9,
Yep.
$5
Well,
even.
I'll tell you what, it just hit $8 in Fremont, California.
California. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pardon?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
California gas prices make these look like peanuts.
So you spend money to go to the gas station to fill your tank.
Yep.
well, here's the deal though. If Patty decides that we're not going to the concert because the gas prices are too high, I am probably still not going to the library because the gas prices are too high. So, so I don't know what we want to do really. I mean, the room is booked, so we could take the room. But if the gas prices are going to prevent everybody from showing up, it might not be worth doing it. I don't know. But as of this particular moment in time, I have a concert to go to. So that's all I know.
No issue. I'll cover the meeting. Unless you
Uh,
show up and then you get it.
well,
They do sell them.
oh, Trump did this? Or,
8 cents a piece.
yeah,
I think it's worth it.
I, I just, I just think this was the wrong time to be picking a fight. Just
With everybody.
with everybody.
All at once.
All at once, yeah. And generally, I want to stay out of politics. Politics are they usually don't go well together with a bunch of stuff. So, but I do. I think this was the wrong time to be picking fights.
Well, we get all of our gas at Costco, and they have pretty good prices. But I understand that people here were probably sensitive to um, $4 a gallon. Uh,
It's
there
closer to
are
yeah.
there are long periods of time in Fremont, California, where we would have lined up for miles to get $4 a gallon.
It's 5.
It's closer to
And
five. Yeah.
it was $3 a gallon 6 months ago.
Well,
I was paying 288, 287.
it was 389 3 days ago,
Yeah.
and it jumped up to 5 overnight, and that's insane. And yes, I realize that when you compare us to California, we are still cheap, but we're not cheap.
Yeah.
This is expensive.
Yeah, I think California has a little bit higher minimum wage than we do also.
Mm, not hugely.
I think Ohio's minimum wage is still about $8.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, if you're retired, um, it doesn't make much difference. But if you're still a wage slave, it makes a huge difference.
Mm.
Are you, Steve, are you working virtually all the time now?
I go in occasionally. Not going to go in this week. What we're expecting after they open the new office is that so I'm in a team with 3 other people locally and 6 other people regionally. And the 3 of us are probably going to go in 1 day a week. So I'll go in Monday or Friday, and somebody else will go in Monday or Wednesday, and somebody else will go in Wednesday or Monday. I'm hoping for Friday.
Oh, so there'll be 2 of you in the office simultaneously,
No,
or
no. Somebody will come in Monday, somebody else on Wednesday, and the third person on Friday.
okay.
Unless something very bad happens, right? Then you're all there.
Yep. Yep.
And you hope nothing bad happens.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, what is the advantage of being on site versus being at home working virtually?
I mean, technically, I'm still desktop support. We'll have physical computers at the new office. We just aren't going to have the data center. and we've got users on Unix boxes. So there's still reason to go in. Not much, mostly to get lunch.
Oh, do they have free lunch?
Yep.
Okay, that's cool.
Siemens treats their employees pretty well. I got to give them credit for that.
So how's the cuisine?
Um, they've got a really good smash burger,
Oh,
and the chicken is good. So it's pretty decent.
So it's not all Germanic, like bratwurst and sauerkraut and so forth and so on.
Um, they've got Mets.
Hmm.
yeah.
What the heck?
I don't know what.
Okay, so
So what?
I love when Google does this, or I mean, Amazon does this. So here's another version of the sticker. You can get 100 of them for 8 or 200 of them for 6.
That makes sense. Hmm.
Oh, the cheaper one you have to pay shipping on.
Uh,
Huh. It's really, really rare that I see anything you've got to pay shipping on.
I mean, I'm not a Prime member, so I have to pay shipping on most things. Yeah.
If you ever need anything that's really high shipping, you can tell me and I'll just bring it to you at the next meeting.
Um, our middle kid, she's a Prime member. She lives on Amazon, and basically what we do if we just need one thing and we can't find a way to, Amazon wants $35 for free shipping or whatever.
For
So
free shipping?
well, you've got to spend at least $35 to get free shipping, and it has to
Um,
be Amazon. Yeah, non Prime members have to spend $35.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. If you pay for Prime, I well, the last thing I ordered was little tiny computer screws,
yeah,
and standoffs and stuff, and it was like $4 and free shipping, and that came in a envelope that was huge.
yeah.
They paid more on shipping than I paid for the thing.
Yeah.
Amanda, she has Prime, and if we can't find a way to spend $35, she'll buy it for us, and then we just give her the money. But um, you have to kind of watch too, right? Because it has to ship from Amazon to even qualify for the free shipping, even if you find a way to spend $35. So I couldn't
Okay.
justify. I don't order enough stuff on Amazon. I couldn't justify having a Prime account.
Between Marla and I, we probably get 6 Amazon packages a week. Um, I, I order more than I should. I, the prices are pretty good. I could probably save money by going to AliExpress, but then
Yeah,
it's going to
anything
be no. I've still
anything you
been getting.
buy is cheaper than go to the Home Depot or Lowe's.
Oh yeah,
Uh, Now add the gas price, and you have a bargain.
yep. If Amazon's going to run their little electric trucks around, I'll let them.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Uh,
we also are gross consumers of Amazon, and I have to say that one of the things I'm really, first of all, being not very mobile these days, it's convenient. I don't have to go to a store,
Yeah.
but also uh, it's pretty prompt. I mean, the timing on delivery here, unless you buy something really strange that they've got only a warehouse in Timbuktu, it's pretty good timing. It's next day or next couple of days or whatever. So they have a good warehouse distribution centers,
Yeah.
and
Well,
they've build those out over the last several years. Of course, in the Cincinnati area, you've got that whole bunch of warehouses in northern Kentucky. You also have a big warehouse in Sharonville, and I don't know where else they are, but
Monroe has a big warehouse. Um, they're they're all over the place. Yeah. I can see the need or the want or the I could see the reason if somebody was immobile or couldn't get out much, there would be a reason, but not me. I I just I don't buy enough stuff on Amazon. Maybe well, I, the last thing I bought probably was back in January. So,
Really,
yeah.
I'm putting stuff in my shopping cart right now.
well, I buy a lot of tea from them. I get cases. Whoops.
Oops.
I get cases of green tea, and probably we do at least a case a week, if not more.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, Patty works at Kroger's, so we shop there for groceries, get our fuel points that aren't helping right now. And, you know, Walmart is like right across the street from me, more or less.
Yeah.
Um, and then when I go down on Thursday to the meetings, there's Big Meyer in Westchester, and there's a Target in Westchester. I mean, I don't really need to be buying stuff off of Amazon unless it's something I just can't find anywhere else, and then I will. But that is not a normal thing for me. um,
I haven't been in a Walmart for a while, but I'm gonna go there to pick up a garbage can. One of the 13-gallon kitchen-size garbage cans. They're $8 at Walmart. On Amazon, they're more. They're 15.
yeah,
But
Hmm.
most of the stuff I buy, it is so cheap on Amazon. It's not a contest.
Buy it from Walmart. If you've looked online to get that price, buy it online and pick it up in the store.
Oh yeah,
Because the online price and the store price are two different things.
Interesting.
Yeah, Walmart has online prices and they have in-store prices.
hadn't even thought of that. Let's see
Yep.
what it costs there.
Well, we have a Walmart which is just down the hill, probably a tenth of a, no, 5/10 of a mile from us. So it's pretty difficult. If we go any place, we pass there,
Yeah.
and so it's
Well, I mean that's Walmart's just down the street from me, and I pretty much have to pass it. So. But
you know,
but yeah, I mean unless it's only a couple of dollars different. Usually their online price is significantly cheaper though, so buy it and tell them you'll pick it up.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that. Thank you.
You're welcome. So it is after 7, guys, and I hear food coming. I don't know what I'm getting, but I hear it coming.
You smell.
I can smell it. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
We're having ribs.
I'm thinking she cooked pork chops, but I'm not entirely sure. So, next week we're in person, and Steve's got
depending on the gas price.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
Steve's got the thing. So, I will see everybody later.
Take care.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.